I think we're done here for a little while. All the rough framing is complete. The rafters are secured. I even went through yesterday and I attached hurricane bracing to all the rafter locations, both low and high. I secured them in with a combination of structural screws and ring shake nails, depending on what I had on hand. I think they're redundant in this case. Our inspector requires hurricane bracing, but the way we've designed this, all of our rafters are held in with horizontal nails, not just toenails. And in some cases, they're nestled directly into the post. So I don't think there's any possibility of lift for these, but just in case, we did the hurricane brace. They're 40 cents a piece and a few screws and nails, so pretty cheap overall. And if it makes the inspector happy, then no problemo. With this all assembled and braced, we're going to move on to the far south wall. First, we're going to put in the 5 posts that are at the end of the port. We're not going to really connect them to anything yet, but we will tie to them with this set of large posts for bracing purposes. Once these 5 are in, we're going to be raising these tall 16, 17 foot posts and doing diagonal bracing down to the base here. So they should, in the end, help hold things together quite nicely as we girt and assemble this wall. Interestingly, when we did all the sill plates and measured out the actual dimensions of the barn, we never did the porch. The porch doesn't have sill plates after all, so who cares? I went through this morning and kind of measured everything out and was pleasantly surprised that things are really close on this porch. In fact, only one of the posts require any beveling whatsoever, and it's this one. So while Robert was finishing up on the girts on the wall over here, I grabbed this guy, made some cuts, and up until the rain started cleaning it up. So I'll trim this guy out, and it looks like it'll be pretty easy. And Robert and I are gonna stick all our posts in. It's, wow. Maybe I should have rained on this stuff in the past. It makes it really nice. So we'll install these 5 posts and then get plans in place to start raising the larger posts. I always like when I hit the hole on the other side. I don't always drill so straight. want help? Do you want to help? Hi. Hi, yes, I do. Okay. Okay. Oh, I know. You're loving, huh? Okay, get out of here. Go away. Go away. You gotta work. Go. Get out.
Spot.
Need you to hold for a sec.
Holding.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. On the board, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
Up the scaffolding.
oh boy. You got it?
I kind of do.
Yeah, just lay it on the lay it on there.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, beautiful clouds. Wow. No, behind you, really see the beauty of the clouds.
I appreciate that you're appreciating the clouds.
Yeah.
I feel slightly preoccupied. cool. This went in. I've improved my technique quite a bit, where I basically just use the circular saw to cut bam, bam, and then I overdo it to cut this guy. Take my hammer and do one swing and try to knock the piece out in entirety. When it leaves a little leftover, you can use the claw side of the hammer, and if you're a good swing, hit the part that needs to be removed still. I'm not a good swing, so I tend to make wood salad. So it's not awesome, but I'll get better with it, I'm sure. So this post has a slight other issue. It's got a pretty significant bend eastward on the top after the rafter. And that is exacerbated by the fact that there's a window here and the diagonal brace can't go all the way up to help correct it. We may have to do some temp bracing over this window in order to get that bend to straighten. One of the challenges we have with these 3-plies is at seams like this here. There's a slight change in the direction of this post, east-west, at this pivot point here, where it switches between a different 2x6. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. You know, in theory, these two should hold it straight, but it's just not the case. So this guy is slightly like this down here, and this guy is slightly up there. It's so minor though that, you know, we just kind of use the level on one side or the other, take it back and forth, and hopefully split the difference. But it's slightly annoying. So this morning we came out here and took a look. The first thing that caught my eye is, why is that window opening in the middle of a rafter? I don't know what I was thinking, but I put the window opening one girt too low. So it stalls all the time. Gotta cut it out, raise it up 1 girt, 2 foot. That looks a lot better. A window over the lean-to roof, not in the middle of the lean-to roof. Our next order of business is this bay here, where we have a double width door. We'll get all the pieces together and start framing it up. It should go pretty smoothly, I think. What are you doing? What are you doing? Good boy. Oh, with a baby dog. The door came together really nicely. I mean, everything is square and plumb and level, and it's just really good. Made no mistakes as far as we know on putting it in, which is great. We even remembered to drill the holes in the bracket before we put the king stud and jack stud in there for the door, which would have made it terrible. We also left the post side of these girts open until we do the next bay and kind of wedge it all together a little bit. So I don't want to get that side in, but they're in on the door side. Next step is to do the top half of the wall, which is 3 more big girts and then a window frame in the middle of 2 of them. The rest of the wall went together pretty nicely, and the window came together exceptionally well. It's square, it's tight, everything's plumb and level. It really turned out nice. The first window we did, man, it is bowed. The bottom girt is bowed down, the top girt is bowed up. It's terrible. Who in the heck framed that rough opening? It's basically that top girt isn't nailed in properly. It needs to be raised up probably a ½ an inch in order to tighten everything up. So I'm gonna do that now. I'll get up there with the Sawzall, I'll cut those nails off, I'll straighten it up, and from there, I'll reapply the nails and hopefully things will be golden. That did the trick. It tightened it up perfectly. It's just a lesson to use the 22.5 boards to make sure all the girts are spaced properly and just not trust gravity to help us out. I hate having to go back and redo stuff, but you know, when you notice something's wrong, the best bet is to just get it fixed and get it out of the way so it's done.